Hello, I'm Ozzy, and welcome back to our little survival world. Last episode, we continued knocking off a few of the achievements, and we did a bit more work in making this base feel a bit more like home. And by that I mean I just made it a bit more fancy. No, this isn't where it was. Yeah. Da-da-da! I still don't know what I'm going to do with this area yet. But I had a brilliant brainwave. How about, instead of, figure out what I'm going to do in this area, what if I just go and complete one of the other goals on the list? 'Cause stuff it, why not? Or at least work on one of the other goals in the list. And so I'm thinking, I'm going to head over there and make another base, because I did say that I was going to build a base in every biome, and I'm seeing potential here. Look at all those flat open fields. It's got my name written all over it. I just noticed there's some pumpkins over there. Well, isn't that something? So I'm gonna bring some stone. I don't think I'll use the iron. Not yet. It's too soon for that. We'll bring our stone. We won't bring as much coal, but we'll bring some. Actually, we'll bring some of the hay with us. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Is he still there, or... Hang on. Wait. He is! Oh, I gotta get a name tag for you. Oh, I just realized something. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I did, Oops. Wrong button. Because I'm playing in Forge, I forgot that I turned off... I updated my shaders, and I forgot that means they turned them off. They did say that. How do I turn this back on again? Okay. I'm hearing my computer turn into a jet engine. There we go. Okay, we're back. We need our moment of appreciating the shaders. That's right. I need to get a name tag for you. You're going to be my best friend. I'm sorry, but just look at the... Oh, my... It feels very vibrant. Oh, my days. Look at this. I think of all the things that I do in this world, admiring the shaders is something like a tradition now. I have to do it every single episode without fail. Otherwise, it's just not a good episode. I guess we'll take this. Why not? No, that's just going to annoy me. There we go. 24. We'll have to get more wood, I believe. But considering I plan to, set up in the forest. Well, actually, no. I'll probably go beyond onto the other side. I'll build a bridge. Got the ideas. If you've ever seen The Castle, firstly, great Australian movie. It is the most iconic thing on planet Earth, and it is also one of the most wholesome, but also one of the funniest stories ever. So definitely watch the movie if you haven't. But for those of us who have, I feel like I live up to this one line in the movie. So it's about a family. Mum, dad, 3 brothers and a sister. And one of the brothers, there's a partner. What am I doing? Well, that was just sad on my end. But yeah, there's a scene where the dad is talking with one of the brothers, and he just goes, it's like, Steve, you are an ideas man. And that's me. I'm an ideas man. I can come up with great ideas. I can't follow through with 90% of them, but I can come up with them. I was actually talking to a friend about that last night. Because we were still on the server. The Minecraft phase hasn't died just yet, even though we're usually the only 2 people on the server, which is a bit tragic, but, you know, it is what it is. But we're on the server, and we just ended up chatting for a while, and we're talking about, like, you know, writing stories and planning stuff out, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, yeah, I'm really, I think episodically. When I think in terms of, like, writing stories or coming up with something creative, I think very episodically. I think of a moment, and then I either try to go from the beginning, which usually never works, because then I get, you know, bored trying to figure out how we got there, and then I never actually write down the one scene I pictured. Or I just write the scene, and then I come back to it, and I'm like, okay, so how did we get here? But we were talking about it, and I was just like, yeah, I'm really good at coming up with the ideas. But 9 times out of 10, I don't even write them. So it's a fun life, being a creative, that's for sure. I mean, it's a very low... Not very low. It's a very shallow river. I could feasibly... I'll barely be able to swim across this, but you know what? Who cares? We're going to make a bridge anyway. The first step to a good base is a good entrance. Supposedly. I could be very wrong about that statement. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think there's some merit to that. If you've got a cool entrance, you know, you become drawn in with the... to the base. Like, I know on the server I've got a little secret underground base. My original base was just a little camp setup, you know, a couple tents, campfires, yada yada. And I managed to sneak in through some very cheeky redstone. I managed to sneak in whoops. I managed to sneak in like a sneaky little entrance. And it's literally right underneath the campsite. You press a button. If you stand on a certain spot and press a button, you'll be swiftly taken away, and by that I mean you'll fall into the base. Well, into the entrance to the base. I then built an elevator based off a tutorial I saw, but unfortunately it's a little laggy. And sometimes it works perfectly as intended, and then other times it will throw you out and you'll fall to the ground and die and lose all your... Well, not lose all your stuff, but, you know, it's not fun. So I ended up just digging a little part for a ladder. I've just been using that ever since. But yeah, I had this whole secret underground base thingy. And the entrance was pretty cool. I even made a locking feature with a lectern and a comparator. So then, if I turn to a specific page, well, not a specific page, but if I put the book on page 1, no matter how many times you press the button, it won't open the door. But then you got to go to a very specific page, or higher than that, and it will work just fine. Which I think is pretty cool. Okay, let's do it here. Yeah, why not? I'll leave it. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang. 1, 2, 3. Also, I just noticed. Even under the water looks beautiful. Oh, I love these shaders. Oh. I just realised I barely did anything for that one. Let me... You raise me up. There we go. Okay. I'm going to need a lot more wood. Not only for the bridge, but also because I plan, you know, I want to build houses. I want to build a little village sort of thing going on. I'm going to need a lot more wood for that. Actually, speaking of villages, I don't remember if I mentioned it last episode. But I'd gone, the family computer had booted up again and was somewhat working. Hallelujah. But I'd booted it up again, and I'd chosen to find all my old stuff and, you know, put on a USB to keep. But part of that was also getting all the data for all the old Minecraft worlds. And so I've, you know, been checking out a couple of these old worlds. Some of them I haven't seen since, like, 2014, 2015, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, I was playing through these worlds, and some of them were on super flat worlds with generate structures on. And you know how fascinating it was to see the old village design and all that? It was so cool. It was so good to be back, and I think that might actually be because one of the goals is to build famous buildings like Dan TDM's lab, yada yada yada. I think that I need to build an old style village right next to the builder base in the old school way of like the early beta versions of Minecraft. I got to do that, and I got to do what's it called? And I got to build a village that looks like the OG villages, because it's so interesting to see after all this time. I love it. It's so good. I think I might put these ones up just one more. But first, oh, it does still work underwater. First, I gotta go to bed. I know one of the goals was to, well, maybe not one of the goals, but I know one of the things I wanted to do was to build a little graveyard, a little headstone each time I die. But yeah, although it's not hardcore, I don't exactly want to put myself in a position where I do end up dying. It's not very fun. It's not very fun at all. Especially, look at all these levels I've got mostly off of probably breeding animals, if we're honest. Why would I ever want to change that? Why would I want to ruin that? Oh. Well, that is actually... Okay. I found the use for you. 3 coal. No. What am I doing? I could just do this here. There we go. Bam. Okay. Back to the bridge! I can tell you that this isn't a bridge too far, because it's literally right there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you. Now leave me alone. Be gone and never return. Okay, let's actually put this down because I'm going to need slabs in a minute. Actually, I might make a few now. There we go. Nope. No. Okay. Should I go up one more? Because, like, I feasibly could, but should I? Well, yeah, because it starts at... Yeah. It'll probably help with spawn-proofing the bridge. Well, that's the height that we walk along this bridge. it. It would have been perfect. Whatever. Okay. I think the last of these will go perfectly on the logs. Come on. There we go. Next, and this is what. Yes. Damn. What a nice bridge. It's not even finished. But man, isn't that nice? I've been debating how much I should record this week. I know episode 5 was a bit of a bummer, and I do apologise for that. It just sort of started, and then I was like, I guess we're going on a deep talk. But what's it called? I've been debating how much I record, because uni's next week. Although speaking of which, I may just circle back. Okay, had to deal with some family stuff, so I had to quickly pause the recording, and in fact, I was paused for so long that it started raining. So, big ups for me. But anyway, I've been debating how much I'm going to record in the next... Hang on, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. I've been debating how much I'm going to record in the next few weeks or so, mainly because my uni starts back up again next week. Ironically, the same week of my birthday. Woo! But yeah, I'm not really too sure how much I want to do, because like I wanted to get as much as I could done before uni started, because, you know, save me the hassle of trying to balance work and uni and then recording. Hang on, did I? No, whatever. So yeah, I was planning to record a lot more than I sort of did. Obviously, you know, I'll record as much as I can, and even then, I've already got quite a few of these episodes already edited. So when uni starts, I can begin the weekly upload schedule and not have to worry too much about it, because I've already done a lot of it. But I'm still worried, you know, and I'm still not sure how much further I'm going to push this, especially because I've had quite a few other ideas, and some of my friends have had other ideas of, you know, content creation. They've made a few suggestions, yada, yada, yada. And so I've got big ideas and I've got big plans, and I'd love to, you know, go through with all of them, but then at the same time, uni. And I don't know what's coming with that. I don't know what to expect. And especially because, and this is just me personally, as a musician, but as someone who studies music, you know, practice is like, you know, the be all end all. And I, third year uni, and I still don't have good practice etiquette. I barely practice. Well, maybe not barely, but I don't practice as much as I should, and whatever practice I do isn't the sort of practice that they recommend. And especially considering I plan to start up teaching this year. After Easter, I plan to start, because I set up like my ABN and all the rest of it ages ago. Well, maybe not ages ago, but I set it all up last year to start piano lessons, and then I just never got around to it. Actually, no, we'll make fences. We'll make it fancy. I'd set up my ABN, yada, yada, yada. It was meant to be all good. But then I just never got around to doing anything. But this year I plan to start teaching, like, properly. But my concern, maybe not concern, but, like, my worry is that I'm not as good as I think I am, in terms of being able to play the piano. And so I've got a bit of imposter syndrome with it because of, how poor my practice schedule is. And to be fair, it's not like that's impossible to fix. It's almost like if I just practiced, I wouldn't be in this situation. But yeah, it's a bit, it's stressing me out a little bit. And then trying to balance that, because it may end up being my only job. My work has gone through quite a few changes, and renovations and new management, and it's not looking too good. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be working there. Not because they're bad by any means, it's just with the renovations, they've made a few choices, and I'm not sure how wise those choices have been, and I'm not sure if I can work within those choices. But nevertheless, piano teaching is eventually going to become, probably at least for the time being, my primary source of income. And so trying to balance that on top of uni and on top of trying to get this content creation stuff going, it's kind of stressing me a little bit. Not that I don't think I'll be able to manage, but I'm just worried because I want to do a good job. Go figure. Do I need to make these all one block higher? Maybe we will. Although first we shall go to bed. Let's return to the base. Isn't that nice? I love what I've done up there. But yeah, that's what's going on in my brain. Debating the nature of how much I'm going to be recording and how often, yada yada. I should be pretty good. The way I've organised my schedule is that it's looking like I'm going to be at uni at most, and I say at most because there's a few very specific things that can happen that might change this. But it currently stands that at most I'll be in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh. I don't even want to know. But yeah, I'm going to be in at most Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And if the gods bless me by any means, if some of the other things that haven't been timetabled yet can happen on Wednesday and Thursday, it might mean that... I need an axe. It might mean that I only have to go in on Wednesday and Thursday, because ain't no way I'm going to uni for one class. Especially, it takes roughly 2 hours for me to get to and from uni. Well, no. It takes me about the same each direction, so it's 2 hours up, 2 hours back. So that's like 4 hours of travel, because I'd take public transport. It's about 4 hours of travel, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I quite enjoy the train ride and all the rest of it, and then the walk home. But the problem is, I'm not going to do all of that, have 1 2-hour lecture, which there's no mark for attendance, and there's no, there's no assignments, there's no grades that come with it. It's just a lecture. I'm not going all that way just to hear that, I'm not doing all that travel just to hear, like, you should practice your instrument. And here's what I suggest. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. I don't need to hear this. I don't need to travel all this way to hear something I sort of already know. So hopefully. But yeah, with it being this little Tuesday, hopefully not Tuesday, but this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday split, if you will, as if it's the gym, that leaves Monday and Friday as the perfect opportunity for me to record and edit and all the rest of it. Because this is a little embarrassing. I don't really like recording anything, whether it be music or content creation like this, or I don't like recording anything if there's other people in the house. I get kind of embarrassed. And, what's it called? I know I've spoken to my mum about, I used to play the trumpet before I switched to piano. And I said one of the things that stopped me from really getting into trumpet, at least. I mean, I wanted to go to piano anyway, but one of the things that held me back with trumpet was I was too scared to practice at home because, trumpet is a very loud instrument on its own. And even the mute we had wasn't really that good. So, I was always worried that, like, oh my God, I'm going to annoy everyone. They're all going to hate it. I don't really want to practice. And then my mum was like, you play, like, games with your friends late at night and you don't care about how loud you are. So, like, why would it matter? And I'm like, that's fair, but it's different. So, yeah, Monday and Friday are the 2 days where typically no one's home, because, work, and in my older sister's case, also uni and stuff like that. So, there will be prime time for me to record. Editing I can do on the weekends. That I don't mind. But then I also have to weigh in that I'll be starting up piano lessons, and that may occupy my Saturdays and stuff like that. Or even my Fridays, So I have to be wary. Really, all it is I need to actually use the calendar feature on my phone. Or just any calendar in general. It doesn't have to be the one on the phone. Just any calendar. Use it. Because for some reason, this is a foreign concept to me. Why would you organize a schedule and, keep everything organized? Why not just, fuck it, we ball? Like, I've never been one for organization, that's for sure. I'm a very spontaneous person. It's actually something I know, at least one of my friends does this, but I wish more of them did. I wish my friends knew just how willing I am to do anything, like, just cause. In that, I would love, and again, I've got one friend who does this, but I'd love for all of them to know this. If it's like a Monday or whatever, and you'd shoot me a text and be like, yo, I'm doing this, want to catch up, or, like, want to grab coffee or something, I'm there. I don't even care how far I have to go for it. Like, I'm there. Sign me up. Obviously, if I'm busy, I'm busy. There's not much you can do. But ask me anyway. Because I love those moments. There have been so many times where, at least the one friend who does do this, I'll call him and be like, oh man, not really sure what I should do for lunch. Like, should I go out or, should I have the leftovers? And he'll give me some advice, and then he'll be like, oh yeah, you just want to grab lunch? You want to go to the gym? Bad, bro. Sign me up. I'm there. So I'd go and get my lunch and then meet him at the gym and, smooth sailing. So I'd love to do more spontaneous stuff like that. But then at the same time, that spontaneity is my problem. Because then when it comes to balancing things and making sure that there's, you're disciplined and you do your practice, yada, 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 I don't know. I'll do it later. When's later? Never. That's not enough. That's not enough fences for the bridge. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I will have to organise myself properly in future. But at the same time, that's like future me's problem. So, elbozo, I guess. I don't know. Hey, look at that. Now we just got to put torches on this thing and we're set. What will be nice with uploading, because eventually I'll get onto that, with uni starting up, I'll actually start uploading these things. But it'll be nice to hopefully get comments and to engage in the community, because then I can post, the first few episodes, yada yada, and then, by some miracle, someone other than my friends watch it, and they leave a comment and tell me, oh, that bridge looks terrible, or, bro, that bridge is amazing, drop a tutorial, or whatever. And then I can actually, respond and take on advice. Because a lot of times in these videos, I've just sort of been like, oh, wait, I need sticks. What am I doing? A lot of these times in these videos, I've been like, oh, leave a comment. What do you guys think? And then I've realized, oh, wait, I'm recording these in advance. They don't think anything. So it'll be nice to actually hear from the comments. That's all of them. Okay. I kind of want to use these fences, so I think I'll put them like that. Just give me a piece of dirt. I can't handle this. It's kind of funny though, because I think I mentioned this last episode that I record for just about an hour for an hour's worth of content, and then I cut to the brilliant 40 odd minutes. Oh, Jesus, that would have been close. But yeah, I record for about an hour for each episode, and then cut to the brilliant 40 minutes. Actually, no, we'll do this. There we go. Huzzah! But yeah, looking at the time, because I had to stop recording for a bit, we're now at 20 minutes of this recording, but beforehand it was also about 20 odd minutes. So I'm already at nearly the 40 minute mark. And I'm thinking, wait, you're telling me that in this hour of recording content, I've got 20 minutes to build a new house. And that includes getting the resources, yada, yada, yada. So I better get a move on, because look at that. Although I love the bridge that I've just built, I said that I was going to build a new base this episode, not a bridge. And although I had my ramblings about the importance of the entrance to the base, I still think I need to get a move on. Actually, let me just quickly... Yeah, no, I better get a move on, and then let me text someone real quick. Okay, back to work. Oh god, that just reminds me of the Meet the Amazing Team from Pimations, their version of the Meet the Team videos for TF2. Okay. Yeah, the spy comes out. Back to work. Nice work. You suck. I've been in a very nostalgic mood ever since getting those worlds back. It's been fun looking. I haven't opened all of them yet. I want to keep some of them untouched for the time being. But it's been so fun looking at those worlds and all the rest of it. And it reminds me of so many things from my past. And just, you know, just the way things used to be. It's fun to see. Especially TF2 stuff. Oh, I mean, still to this day, I love TF2, and I play it every so often. But it's such a good game. I love TF2. And then I'll see the freaking poker night, night of the inventory, and it's I will make hats from you, little bunny. Oh, I love it. I think I will quickly put on one of them montages so I can try and lock in and... Oh, it's raining. Well, that's great. It's a great sign of this montage. But yeah, let me lock in, get some resources, get schmoving, and start building a house. So yeah, cue the music. Okay, we have a bit of an area now. Now, we can start planning. Kind of want to build like a bit of a... You feel me? Like a bit of a... Okay. Okay, nah, give me this. So we can do this. And figure out like it to be. I think like that. I like that sort of a size. Bang. So that's the door. I'll do it like that. Two. That's there. Oh, that's right. Oh, did I just do it wrong? Oh, wait, no. Or, no, this one's too long, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is. No, stuff it. Let's make it bigger. Why not? Make it 7. There. And there. And then same shot. There we go. A little bit of a disc going on. And then that's the door. Like so. It's amazing how things from the past can still inform you today. Like this sort of no, hang on. You know, it has to be like that. This sort of a method of doing boxes like this. I remember learning this from a QB video years ago. So it's fun having the past come back up like this. I will actually... Okay, this is temporary, but I think we'll replace this with stone brick. And then have the wood sitting on top of it. But that's a later issue. Ooh. There we go. door. Yeah, no, this really needs to be stone brick. But am I gonna... Yeah, I probably shouldn't. For now, let's just do a bit of a this. Boop. And a little bit of a this. And a little bit of that. Actually, just add a bit of separation, a little bit something different in the corner there. It's like, Yes, it don't look right. It don't look right. I mean, we could just have that as a wall. I think we will do that. Because you do need some parts of the build just to be wall. Ooh. There we go. Alright, I think I will wrap it up there. Look at that. Actually, let me just, boop, boop. Hell yeah. Alright, well, thank you once again for joining me on today's episode. Obviously, if you like what you saw and enjoy this more slower pace of content, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for joining me again. I've been Ozzy, and I hope all is well. Take care, guys.